Weeks ago, my wife was reading this book that I had bought her, and she just hated it. Like, she was just horrified at the book. And she insisted that I read it, even though she hated it, because she wanted to see if I agreed with her about it. Well, actually, I did agree with her. I didn't really like the book. I really didn't like what it was saying. I felt like it was snide and didactic and not really an interesting story from my perspective. The book was Little Fires Everywhere, as you might have guessed. It's a New York Times bestseller. Lots of people really like this book, so I know that me and my wife seem to be in a minority on this. But at any rate, I kind of missed the window on this trailer that I'm going to react to in a moment. But I thought I'd go ahead and do it anyway because I haven't seen it yet, and I'm, genuinely curious what they've done with the story. I've heard that they're going to change some things from the book in order to make people that read the book, not know what's going to happen. I find it interesting because I feel like they're kind of treating it like kind of a soapy story, kind of a Big Little Lies type drama. And that really wasn't what the book was, in my opinion. The book was very much, I don't know how to describe it, but I'll give you more thoughts after I watch the trailer. But if you are interested in hearing my reviews of the episodes as they come out, I recommend subscribing because I'm definitely going to review this show. So let's see what we've got here.
Hi, I'm playing Elena Richardson.
And I am playing Mia Warren in Little Fires Everywhere.
Check it out on March 18th.
Only on Hulu.
I have always had the best intentions.
Someone burned down your house with you inside.
Ooh, that looks... Cinematography
Elena,
looks good.
Do you know anyone that would do this?
So rent is $300 a month, well below market, but it's really not about the money for us.
So you rented it to her on the spot, just like that. Do you even know anything about this woman?
What is it that you do?
I'm an artist.
And then you ask her to come work in our house?
It is a beautiful thing to know that your actions can affect another person's life.
All mothers struggle. Money hides it. But you can't put a price on a mother's love.
Maybe you should wear your hair down. Mom, it's actually your best feature. So is it just you and your mom?
We move around every few months. She hides stuff, just like everybody
This
else.
is well cut.
I called the person that you listed as your previous landlord, and strangely, he didn't seem to know you.
Dun dun dun.
If you want to live in this house, you live by my rules.
Who said you have to sit back and take it? If you don't stand up for yourself, who will?
She has completely infiltrated our lives. I need to figure out who this woman is.
We all have parts that scare
Good music.
Did you really think
Usually
I wasn't
help
gonna
the
find
trailer.
out?
Parts that we run from.
What?
You haven't been honest with me about anything!
That is true.
Parts that we're afraid to look at.
You are coming completely unraveled.
I am completely raveled.
They just look dead inside.
Everybody's going to be held accountable for their actions.
I know about your little secret.
Are you threatening me?
Yeah, well, it's kind of exactly what I expected it to be. Like I said, I felt like the book was really, really preachy. I felt like, it's possible to have a story where you portray people as bad, but you do it in such a way that you're not kind of holding the audience or the reader's hand through it and telling them what to think. And I really felt like the author of the book, Celeste Nij, I have no idea how you say the last name, it's Ng. I feel like she really just holds your hand and is like, this is what you have to think. You might disagree with me. If you read the book and you really enjoyed it, I'd love to know why. So a lot of people seem to enjoyed the book, so I realize, my opinion is not the commonly held one here, but it's just it's interesting. I'm not really familiar with Kerry Washington that much. I know she's been nominated for 4 Emmys and 2 Golden Globes. I've seen her in Django Unchained, but that doesn't really count. She didn't really have much to say in that movie. I guess she voiced someone in Cars 3 as well, which I also saw. So probably not the most representative work for her. It's kind of interesting. They're probably paying Reese Witherspoon a hefty sum to be in this. Although I do believe Reese picked Little Fires Everywhere to be one of her book club books. So maybe this was just a passion project for her, and she didn't actually, charge them as much as she usually does to be involved. The director is Lynn Shelton. She's done a lot of stuff on television. She recently worked with Reese Witherspoon on Morning Show, and she directed an episode of Mad Men, which, is a show that bears a lot of similarities to this one. Like, all white people in the suburbs are repressed. It's just true. Don't question it. If you're not driving around in a car from location to location, you're repressed. Anyway, you can tell I don't like this story, but I've hate watched a lot of shows, and there's no way I'm gonna skip a show with Reese Witherspoon, even though she's really on a lot of television shows lately. So it's not quite as exciting to see her on a television show. She's almost become a television actress. Hopefully, I'm really hoping they just do 1 season of this, not more than that, even if it's well received, just because I feel like the story should not go past the first season. They kind of leave a lot of things dangling at the end, but they leave them dangling in the way that real life is kind of left dangling, and I wouldn't really want to see them extend the story. I think that would be a mistake. You're not going to see as much of Reese Witherspoon in this as you imagine, if they follow the book, that is, because it really focuses more on the kids. In case you don't really have a good idea of the plot, it's really just, culture clash between this rich suburban family and this kind of a nomadic artist type, kind of a gypsy, that Kerry Washington is playing. I kind of wish that they had not changed the race of the character. In the book, she was just, they didn't really specify, but I think it was pretty clear she was supposed to be white. And it's not that I don't think that you should ever change the race of a character, but because I feel like the conflicts are already kind of class-based conflicts, and there's already a racial element in this story, I feel like it would have maybe made some of the themes more palatable and more just, you could focus on the issues if there wasn't a racial component, which I'm sure will end up getting played up a lot. Because I think that you'll have to see this story to see why I think this. I'm probably alone in this. The author of the book said that she didn't write Kerry Washington's character as black, but that she kind of wishes she did. But I feel like that might just be her retroactively trying to J.K. Rowling this. But I don't know. The author is Asian, so it's not like she's, adverse to representing minorities in her work. The writer for this show is Liz Tigelaar. She's kind of written a lot of very, very soapy shows, so I kind of imagine they're going to play those elements up. I feel like this isn't going to be quite what people think, but maybe they'll play up the aspects differently than they were in the book, and it will be more soapy, but who knows? But what did you think? Did you enjoy this book? Did you think it was a good idea to change the race of Mia Warren to have Kerry Washington play her? Are you still excited to see Reese Witherspoon on television at this point, or are you kind of getting tired of her just jumping from show to show? What do you think of the trailer? let me know your thoughts. And as I said before, I'm going to be doing reviews of this show, so if you like what I'm doing here and are interested in seeing more videos from this channel, please consider subscribing. So that's Plot First reaction to Little Fires Everywhere, the trailer.